guys, it's your girl Bougie Bree. Thank you for joining me. I know you could be doing other things with your time, but hanging out with me makes me feel special, so I appreciate it. So what we're going to do today is go over, let me turn down my fan because I'm sure, like I always tell y'all, I live in Houston, it's Africa hot. We're going to go over a couple of things. We're going to talk about this week's products that I used, if I liked them, if things are going to be moving out of the collection. We're going to talk about next week's products and what I'm going to use. And then we're going to be talking about not decluttering, but paring down, if we will. So let's get started. Okay, this week I used a couple of different things, and some things I liked, but I'm still going to go ahead and get rid of. Let's start with the face products. I used the Freshen Up highlighter powder from MAC. It was from a collection. I don't remember what collection it was. It really was pretty. I liked it a lot, and I'm going to go ahead and keep this one for sure. And I also used the Definitely Defined, which is really pretty. Just, I'll give you a swatch of that. Really pretty. So I'm going to be keeping this one as well. I used the Hourglass Blush and Luminous Flush. This was so pretty. I thought it was going to look kind of weird, but it looked beautiful. I really like this, and I'm going to go ahead and keep this too. These two I used a lot this week. I used them in conjunction with the Luminous Blush. These are the Catrice Illuminating Blushes. They're really good. I really enjoyed them, but I have other things that I enjoy more, and so these are going to get moved on, okay, to somewhere else, somebody else. I also used the Tarte Skin Twinkle highlighting palette as a second chance, last chance. I'm not sure how I feel about this one. It's really, oh man, that feels so good. I'm going to go ahead and keep this just for a little longer. We'll reevaluate later on. And then this was also a second chance, last chance. This was the Sephora Contour palette. I'm actually wearing it today. It looks really good. I've been enjoying it all week. I'm going to keep it. So that's for face products. So let's put that there. All right, let's talk about palettes. So I'm missing some. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm missing. All right, sorry about that. I'm losing my mind. Okay, so this week's palettes were Urban Decay and Too Faced palettes that I picked from my collection. The first one I'm going to use, I'm going to give it another chance. This is the Urban Decay Distortion palette. Swatching is beautiful, but I can't really find my groove in finding an eye look for it. So this is going into a basket called Second Chance, Last Chance, and I will talk about that later. Okay. Then the Naked 2. This was my favorite of the Naked palettes. There's one about to pop out right here. I absolutely loved the look that I made with this, and I am definitely keeping this. I'm so glad that I still have this. I prefer this over the Naked one, to be honest with you. Then I have the Gwen Stefani and Urban Decay palette. I've had this forever. I've only used it a couple times. This is going into Second Chance, Last Chance bucket, and so we'll talk again about that later. This I didn't have any inclination to use whatsoever, so I'm going to put it in a Second Chance, Last Chance. This is the Born to Run. Okay, then there's the Too Faced Gingerbread Spice. I love this palette. I had such a great time making looks with this palette. Made some beautiful looks, definitely keeping this, as I am the Clover palette, which is what I'm wearing today. I'm wearing it in conjunction with the Too Faced Gold palette. Beautiful palettes. I was able to make a great look with this, and I'm keeping both of these. Okay, so let's talk about next week. Okay, next week's items I'm going to be using for face products, the Sculpt and Glow from Model Zone. I really enjoy this palette. And then I'm going to be using this blush trio from Anastasia. This is the Berry Adore. I'm going to be using the Milani, what is this called? I love this damn thing. The Milani Rose Gold Stellar Lights. These are unbelievable. And for palettes, the theme next week is blue and green. So we're going to be using the Blue Moon palette from ColourPop. We're going to be using from OMFG Cosmetics the Sea Dreams palette. Okay, and we're going to be using the Feral palette from Menagerie Cosmetics, which is I'm super excited to use again. We're gonna give this a second chance. Last chance. This is a Hasina 2. I like this palette, but as you see, I have plenty of blue-green palettes, and so I don't know if I really need it. This is a ColourPop palette that I made that are blue and green, and this is a palette from my brand called Aflano. Beautiful palette. I'm going to be using that. And the last one, I'm going to be using my Natasha Denona palette 5, number 3. So I'm excited to use all these palettes. I'm excited to get to use some of the things I really want to. So that's what's going to be happening next week. So let's talk about the second chance, last chance bucket. Okay, guys, sorry about that. If it looks like things have moved, that was because my battery died. Okay, so let's talk about the second chance, last chance bucket. This is what it is right here. It's just a bucket from Walmart. These are palettes that I've either tried or I want to try before I sell them or pass them along to friends or family. And so there's a selection of things in here that I don't really remember how I feel about them, or they've been in my collection a long time and I haven't even tried them yet, which no shame to me at all, because that's just what it is when you're a collector like I am. So some of the things in here, just for example, are like this Laura Geller. I bought this on impulse from QVC. I don't even know if I want this, so I want to try that before I sell it. This Marc Jacobs palette, was it the Wild one? I have had this for well over 2 years, and I have not used it yet. So that's one. Then I have a couple Morphe palettes. I have this one I really like, the 15S, but I have other colors now, so I might want to get rid of that one. I don't know. Then I have like the 15N. I might want to get rid of that. Let's see, the Gilded Desires from Milani. I did not have a good experience with this, but I want to try it again before I get rid of it. A couple of Marc Jacobs palettes. I think that's the Vamp and something else. A couple of Inglot palettes. This Makeup Atelier palette. This I just bought. I want to try it again, make sure before I get rid of it, because I did spend my money on it. This one that we just talked about, that Gwen Stefani palette, the Born to Run palette, the Lorac palette, and the Riviera palette. I actually like that Alyssa Edwards palette way more. So we're going to try it again. So those are all in here. And then I have this one from Smashbox, the Violet Voss Taupe Notch, the Kylie Halloween palette, and the Too Faced Best Year Ever, the Boss Agenda palette. I'm going to try that one again. So these are all things that are going to get one more chance, and then we're going to either sell them, donate them, give them to friends and family. I have friends and family that would love to take this stuff. So that's what that's about. Okay, now, last thing. I am not at all feeling overwhelmed by my collection at all, but there are some palettes that I absolutely love that I never get to use because there is so much stuff. And so what I'm trying to do is pare that down a little bit. I have over 800 palettes now. That's a lot, I'll admit it, but I'm okay with it. But there are some things like those things, like I don't know if I want them or not. So let's just see if I want them, and if I don't, let's get rid of them. I'm considering a lot of things. I'm not talking about doing a no buy or anything, but maybe just limiting my palette purchase in particular. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I can't use all of these and enjoy all of these. I did, however, make, and I'll do a shot of it, I'll try to insert a shot of it, a favorite, what is this called, drawer. And these are all my palettes that are absolutely my favorite palettes. And what I'll be doing is 1 week I'll have a theme, like this week. This coming week is blue and green. Next week I'll do the favorite drawer. Then next week I'll do a theme. And next week I'll do single shadows. And so that's what I'm hoping to do. Favorite drawer, theme, single shadows, theme. That's what I'm planning to do, because I have a shit ton of single shadows that I just don't get to use. So that is what I'm thinking about doing moving forward. I would love to know what you guys think. So anyway, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. And I'm not embarrassed or ashamed. It is a little bit humbling when you realize you do have more than I'm looking at something and not paying attention to you guys at all because it's bothering me. It fell. Okay. When you realize that you had way more than you originally had intended to have. So anyway, that's what's going on with me, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for spending time with me. I always appreciate that. If things are going sideways in your life, just remember, it gets real, it gets different, it gets real fucking different. Hang on for the ride, guys. Take care.